It's finally stopped raining here in New Zealand. It's rained so much, like constantly for a week. There's a bit of a gap. I see some more rain clouds coming, so I'm heading down to the beach now, see if we can see anything cool that's washed up. It's only about a 5-minute walk down to this beach. Beautiful little forest we're going through. Well, the good news is the sun's out and there's a lot of rocks exposed. A lot of new rocks. So I'm hoping we find something good. Maybe a meg tooth. Someone found a meg tooth here about a month ago. This is why I always stay far away from the cliff. Look at that piece over there. It's detached from everything. And it's gonna go soon. You can see this one over here. It's got a few bumps sticking out on this side. There's 3 bumps over there, which is normally a sign that there's something in there. Let's have a look. Here's a nice little lobster. There's the bit of lobster sticking out there. Let me just go give it a wash. It's a bit difficult to see at the moment. Actually, before I go give it a wash, I just saw something over there. Let me just zoom in. Is that the right one? There. Looks like a crab leg sticking out of that rock. Either a crab or a crayfish. I'll give both of them a wash quickly. That's the spine of a lobster. That's another piece of lobster. One of their claws, and I actually see the back of the lobster over there. I actually see the back. This like never happens. I found a shark tooth, and a decent sized one, just out on the sand. This is probably only the 3rd one I've ever found like this. Have a look down here. It's on the screen now. Let me know if you can see it. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. Look at that. That's a beautiful shark tooth. It's not huge, but it's a shark tooth. It's identifiable as a shark tooth. Oh, I'm happy with that. I'm gonna guess a Hastalis tooth. It's a bit worn, but yeah, that's beautiful. I've been having a close look at these areas where it's been washed away by the recent rain. Just to see if a megalodon tooth is washed out. None yet. But look at this. I'm pretty sure we're looking at a crab over here. But it's just quite a weird crab. Doesn't look like the ones I normally find, so I'm gonna wrap that up carefully. You can see there's a leg over there, and I think another leg or 2. It just looks quite weird. So maybe it's something interesting. Yeah, I'll wrap it up very well because it's in a very soft concretion. I don't think it would have lasted a few tides. And yeah, let's see what's inside there. I think that's an air abrasion, or with the small air scribe job that. Just because of how soft it is. This crab over here, you can see the legs sticking out. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. It's quite red. Or orange at least. Oh yeah, there's the crab body. The legs are tucked in underneath it. Some good detail on that carapace. You can still see those little bumps over there. It's Beautiful little one, that. I can't get over how calm the ocean is today. There's like no waves. There's a nice little piece of bone. Yeah, it's quite an interesting one. Nice colour. It reminds me of that big whale vertebra I found with the TV crew. What's this? I think that's anything. If I had to guess, I'll say that's epiphyses, the bone that goes on top of a vertebra, or between the vertebra. There's a nice fossil crab claw down here. There's another nice piece of bone. Not sure what it's from. Bit of copper. I'm going to assume that's from a shipwreck. There's a nice piece of fossil bone over there. Yeah, that's definitely fossil bone. Who knows what it's from? It's so worn down, you can't really see, but you can definitely see that's fossil bone. You can see that cancellous tissue. I see something pretty good. Have a look over there. Just towards the top here. A beautiful piece of petrified wood. That's as good as I've ever found in this area. Normally it's like quite boring, but this one you can see the texture so well. That's awesome. I've got a feeling this one might polish up nicely. It's got a lot of silica in it, I think. Yeah, that's a really good find. I think I see a nice crab down there. Well, actually it looks like half a crab. This one over here. Yeah, half a crab. You can see the pincer on the one side and half the body. Not much else on the other side. I think that's one of those other crystals, I forget the name. Gypsum, maybe? One of the questions I get asked the most is, how do you date these rocks over here? As you can see, there's a variety of rocks over here. We've got concretions, we've got bits of limestone, there's even bits of the greywacke, the basement rock over here. And we've got the cliff above it. But how do you tell the difference between a concretion that's fallen out of this layer over here and the age of a concretion that's fallen, let's say, over there? I don't think it's as simple as just saying the sedimentation rate was, 2 meters per 100,000 years or per 10,000 years. And if you find a concretion down here, you can't just say, because I found this concretion over there and this part of the cliff's been dated to roughly 4.3 million years old, that is from there, because this is a float. They call it a float concretion. That could have come from inland down a river. This could have come from 2 kilometers up the beach, or it could indeed have come from here. But when you write a scientific paper, you can't just assume that. They're going to want some evidence that that concretion is indeed from this section of cliff. And to make it even harder, when you go all the way up the cliff, there's different layers there. Look, there's a layer of river stones at the top there. So it's not all consistent. You can't say this was consistent. You could have had a section erode and then redeposit and erode, redeposit. So yeah, it's tricky. It's very, very tricky. I'm seeing a whole bunch of these weird snails. Some kind of mollusk. That's the top of the shell there. And that's the animal down there. Saw another one over here somewhere. Look at that. You just kind of see the shell peeking out that side there. Very strange things. Let me know if you recognize them. I don't know what they are. Well, this is quite exciting. You see this clay layer over here? This is normally covered in sand. So I've probably never looked at these rocks over here. And that's the kind of place where you find cool things. Penguins, megalodon teeth. Well, let's go have a look. See some bones sticking out here. Ugh. Yeah, it's definitely bone. It's going all the way through the rock. And it's a very weird shape. I wonder what that's from. Oh, that's definitely going home, and it looks like it's got the outer bone surface in there. So it might be a really good prep. Yeah, look at that angle it's got there. Might even be something cool like a skull. Like a big Pelagonus skull. Nice, that's a good find. Piece of petrified wood. Petrified wood from here is not amazing, but yeah, that's one of the nicer pieces I found here. Hasn't really got much texture to show. Yeah, still nice little pieces. Is one of the bigger pieces I found here. Nice power shell. Got such beautiful colors, these. I think in other parts of the world you call it abalone. That's a pretty cool one. Look at all those fossil shells in there. I'll take that back home. I'll still have to send a few fossils to some people that have sent in some post bags. I'll send this along to someone. That's beautiful. All the cross sections of those terratella looking shells. Here's some more of those crystals, growing in this rock over here, this concretion. It's actually got some shiny bits to it. You can see, look at all those ridges, I think, of crystal growing in there. I'm going to take this one back, and I wonder if we do a bit of air abrasion on it, if we can actually reveal some of the crystals in there. Let's try it at least. Look at that cool rock. I wonder what's inside it. Nothing, unfortunately. It's empty. I think I see a little crab down here. Oh yeah, I suspect it's a crab. Yeah, looks like a crab. A little bit broken, or a weird angle. Yeah, that's a little fossil crab there. Got a good feeling about today though. So many new rocks to look at. I'm still just spending my time over here in all these little washes that are just full of concretions. Fresh concretions. I haven't found anything spectacular yet. I found a couple of crabs and a few bits of bone, you know, just fragments. But I'm hoping... Ooh, what about a Leviathan? Leviathan? How do you pronounce that? One of those giant sperm whale teeth. That'd be so cool. This is the right age, I think, for that. That would be insane. I'm just going to keep walking up and down these while I still have time. The tide's coming in. It's always a race against the tide. It's like one of those, you know, those levels in a PC game where you've got a timer. It just adds that little bit of anxiousness to everything. I just picked this rock up because it had an interesting shape and couldn't see anything at first, but I was very lucky and I spotted that little speck of shininess down there. Have a look at that. That over there is a shark tooth. Such a tiny shark tooth, like a micro shark tooth. And the cool thing is, I think it's still got the root attached. So maybe something like a delacious, one of those really small deep water sharks, a kite shark. That's really cool. I'm sure someone out there is going to recognize it. I think I'll be able to prep that quite easily. I'm stoked with that. That's really rare. It's so rare to find a tiny shark tooth like that. Like, it's way easier to spot a big one, and this one's still in the concretion. Might even be other ones in there. We definitely don't want to step on this. It's a fishing weight. There's some metal prongs coming off it. I assume it's to fish in like a sandy area, so these prongs will dig in. Yeah, I'll leave it down at the car park. I'm sure someone else will want it. Yeah, you don't want to step on that. You know, look at those prongs. If that was just below the sand, that would really suck. It's been about an hour since I found anything cool. I finally found something. Have a look. I'm sure you probably recognize that by now, but that's a big chunk of petrified wood. Not big for this area. Ooh, yeah, that's a sizable chunk. Look at that. Beautiful. Not a complete round. And it's got some woody texture to it. It's definitely petrified. It's super heavy. How cool is that? Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that video. That was actually a combination of 3 separate days of fossil hunting all into one video. Really want to try and see if we can see what crystals are inside this rock over here. It's one of the ones I collected with, I think it's selenite. I'm not too sure, but yeah, it definitely looks like selenite in there. And if you do enjoy rock hounding in crystals and agates, go check out my rock hounding channel. I've just put a really almost hour-long video on there that Malcolm Luxton did at our rock club a couple of months ago, and it's really informative about how agates form. There's also some really cool photos of agates he's found in that video. Thanks so much everyone, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next hunt.